Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. So, a couple different people I watch on YouTube have started taking jabs at each other, and I won't get into who started what because I don't know the whole story, and I guess it doesn't matter really when it comes down to it. But regardless, I guess what your grandparents probably told you, what mine told me, is if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And I have a feeling a lot of these guys, whoever started it, is probably the person with less subscribers and is just trying to generate traffic in order to up their views. But I don't know, maybe they're legitimately concerned. But I watch a lot of different people on YouTube. So I listen to Scavenger Life podcast. I watch Craigslist Hunter. I watch, oh, there's a store closing. I need to swing back by here. Ryan Roots, Just Another Seller, Emma. Trying to think of a bunch off the top of my head. And then you've got the guys that are, mainly FBA, Breezy Resells, Raking Profits, a couple other, I can't remember. That's the reason I have them all subscribed to. But anyway, Global Voodoo's another one. Evidently something got real. People showed up at his house, from what I can understand from his videos, which just gets out of hand. But there's some other channel, I don't even know, the guy's just a scrub, but anyway, not Global Voodoo, the guy that did this video, I don't even remember who it is, and even if I did, I wouldn't say his name because I don't want anybody to look at his crap. But he made this statement that a lot of these YouTubers, if they're not driving a Lamborghini and living in a mansion, then they're not making it like they say they are. And honestly, there's zero truth to that. First of all, all these channels that I am subscribed to, that I've mentioned, I feel that there is a benefit to watching their videos, or else I wouldn't watch them. I don't run my business like Breezy Resells runs his, or Rakin runs his. I'm slowly building up to something that's similar to what Global Voodoo does. In the future, if everything goes a certain way, I would like to maybe eventually have a business model similar to Craigslist Hunter. But none of these people have a business model that is the exact same that's going to fit me. Most of the time, not one of these YouTubers is going to have a business model that matches exactly what you want to do. But you can learn a little bit from all of them, take what is valuable to you, and discard the rest. You don't have to do exactly what they do. You're not going to have the same circumstances, the same sources, the same money, the same anything as they are. But you can take their experiences and apply them to your stuff, or see if they apply. Some of them don't apply. Reezy seems to have a great deal on textbooks. I don't have a source. I haven't found a source. I don't have the equipment to do textbooks. I'm still, as I'm out doing other stuff, I kind of look to see if I can find that, but other stuff he does still benefits what I do and keeps me motivated. And in general, all the people I mentioned, as far as I know, they don't really say anything negative. Mike on Global Voodoo can get a little picky, but honestly, I believe that he believes, there are a lot of people out there that their main focus is not to help you build a YouTube or a reselling business. It's to sell their, ebook or their product. So, little word of caution there, but they do have a lot of information that's available on YouTube. But this guy that was bashing on a bunch of these YouTubers says, unless you're not driving a Lamborghini or living in this big fancy house, you haven't made it. Well, I hate to break it to you, but at the same time, it's a good thing for normal people. I was heavily into real estate investment for a while and got burned by a couple partners really badly, and then building that back up. So building my personal finance and businesses back up. And I will tell you that in the real estate community especially, I know a lot of guys that are millionaires, multi-millionaires, and a couple billionaires, and not a damn one of them owns a car worth over $50,000. There's contractors I work with that own cars more expensive than a lot of those guys. So there's guys that have made their millions. They're set for retirement whenever they decide to walk away. They're not driving a Lamborghini, and they're living in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in a neighborhood that they enjoy. It's not a mansion. So there is no possible way to judge someone's success by what they own. Because I know a lot of guys that are business owners that are still essentially living paycheck to paycheck and driving $100,000 sports cars. I ran a repo business for 3 years. I took a lot of those guys' cars. Got to drive a lot of nice cars. So don't judge people on what they make or how successful they are. You can't judge that by what they're driving or what they live in and what they show you. So you need to just take what they're offering, decide what applies to your situation, and take that and discard the rest. I mean, a good example is Ryan Roots. You see him out there driving to yard sales in his videos, and he's in a 8-year-old Toyota Corolla or Camry, one or the other, and he mentions it in one of the videos. Craigslist Hunter, he's driving a Toyota Tundra. Brand new. That was a $40,000 truck, but it's got 140,000 miles on it. He talks about he's not getting rid of it. That's just the lifestyle. That's what he's chosen to do. He's building a nice house. I don't know what his personal finances are. Obviously, he's quite successful. He's done smart stuff. There's plenty of people that honestly have worked a 9-to-5 job at $35,000 a year. They're way better at managing their money than I am, and they retired at 65 years old with over $1 million in the bank. Are they driving a Ferrari? No. Are they successful? In my opinion, yes. They've become financially independent. So saying that someone, and again, I don't know the whole story. Maybe he's a fake, but he gives a lot of stuff away he gives a lot of good information away for free, and I've learned a lot from him, is Reezy Resales. Yeah, he's driving a van. Yeah, maybe he doesn't own his house. Doesn't mean he's not successful. You don't know what his plan is. You don't see his whole plan and how everything works. A lot of these guys that don't show, I wouldn't be showing everything I own personally either. You don't know what they're doing. Pete on Craigslist Hunter's pretty open about him. He shows his house, he's building a nice house, but it's not anything huge and extravagant, and he's never claimed to be a millionaire. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Don't worry about that part. Just take what they can teach you about reselling and apply the pieces you can use. And you're gonna have a few that start talking garbage about one or the other, and guess what, as this progresses, if certain ones keep that up, I'll just unsubscribe. But unfortunately, the nature of the internet, there's good and there's bad. So just don't judge a book by its cover. If they're teaching good things, take what can apply to your business and discard the rest. Pretty much everyone, Ryan Roots has showed it, Global Voodoo does, Craigslist Hunter does, Scavenger Life does. They all show, this is what our sales were gross, this is what we actually made. And there's completely different models. Scavenger Life, they in general, until recently, they've started to try to buy up, as it were, to spend more to get higher quality inventory. For a long time, their business model was $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 items into 20, 30, 50, a couple $100 items, versus Ryan Roots, who is more of a quick flip volume seller. But he still shows you, that, oh man, my GPS is all screwed up. He still shows you that, long term, gross sales 100 and whatever thousand. But he's very open, saying, yeah, our net is, we made $65,000 last year. Is that a successful reselling business? For two people, if you can net 65 grand, that's not bad. I mean, and honestly, I think he made more than that. I'm just throwing numbers out there. But he shows you the gross and the net. Be a little skeptical of the people that say, oh, we sold $1 million. Well, how much of it was profit? How much, if you're the higher volume you are, it seems like in general, the lower your profit margin is. So, Chris, 10K on the Bay, he shows you, he's got that one, and then he's doing a program called Low Key Husky, where he's starting with a little bit of money and just building it up slow. So again, it's just find the model that fits what you're going to do, the cash that you have available, the time that you have available, and go from there. And honestly, none of them are going to fit perfectly. And if you are a content creator, I doubt you're watching my stuff, but back and forth little jabs, not a big deal. But like I said, the guy that I found, that I didn't even mention his name, like I said, even if I knew it, I wouldn't mention it. He has nothing but negative to say on almost all his videos. And if your whole way of getting subscribers is to tear down other content creators, I'm never going to subscribe to you. And honestly, you have no business being on YouTube. But unfortunately, and unfortunately, the internet gives everyone the same soapbox. So whether you choose to use that for positive and help, or whether you choose to use that for negative garbage, is up to you. So anyway, not a whole lot about reselling. I guess it was about, find those nuggets that match your business and build your own plan as you go along. But until next time, guys, I'm about to pull into this job I gotta go look at, so I'm gonna check it out. Hit the thumbs up if I helped you. If you want to continue to see content like this, leave a comment, subscribe, and we will see y'all soon. Have a great one.